Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I was so excited about this foundation when I heard about it coming out. I don't remember who it was, and I'm so sorry, but one of my Instagram followers replied to my Instagram when I was asking what I should buy at Sephora because I had a few gift cards that I wanted to use from Christmas, and she said just wait until February when the new Nars full coverage foundation comes out. And then I was like, excuse me? Because I had not even heard about this. This was back in the beginning of January, and I looked it up and it just sounded unreal. So I actually ended up waiting until February. So let's just talk about what this foundation promises to do. The All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation promises to have an extraordinary level of perfection with ultra lightweight complete coverage with a uniquely fluid, silky feel, ideal for all skin types and tones. It sweeps on weightlessly, absorbing quickly and blends easily for all-day natural luminosity. Non-comedogenic, dermatologist tested, formulated without oil, alcohol, or fragrance. So this is ideal for sensitive skin, and I definitely have sensitive skin. Lately, my skin's been behaving a lot better, but of course it is ladies' time. And I am starting to break out around my chin like I always do. Of course, it's right when I'm about to film. So here's what the foundation looks like. First of all, the packaging is Nars' best packaging to date. It has a beautiful glass bottle as usual, but it is frosted and it is tall and skinny and beautiful. And the best part, what is the one thing that everybody complains about with, you know, sheer glow, sheer matte? It doesn't have a pump. But this does! So clearly they are listening to people and they gave us a pump, which is amazing. I'll show you a clip of this demoed while I'm talking to you about it. To me, you can see when it pumps out, it is a very liquidy foundation. One pump is supposed to cover your entire face, and in my case, that is not true. Maybe if you had absolutely perfect skin and you needed like extra light coverage, then sure. But to me, it's just, that's not gonna do it. I need at least 2 pumps, maybe 3, but to be fair, a pump to me is less than a normal pump of a foundation. It's about a half pump. So I guess in actuality, 2 pumps of this equals 1 regular pump of any other foundation, but I don't think that's what they meant. Anyway, it just seeps right into the skin. It's really beautiful. It doesn't feel oily like some other serum-y type foundations do. I've tried the Perricone MD No Foundation foundation, and to me that felt kind of like oily, and definitely it broke me out. I typically use a full coverage foundation, and to me this is not full coverage. It provides a lot of coverage. I would say it's definitely a medium with a buildable to full coverage. However, on my dark spots, I still needed concealing, so I wasn't that thrilled about that. The one complaint I have about this foundation, and it's really not that big of a deal, but there are a lot of foundations like this. To me, this foundation looks bad when you first put it on. By the time you're done doing your makeup, it looks amazing, and it looks better throughout the day. It definitely gives you, I'll show you a clip, a luminous finish without looking greasy. You don't really feel the need to set this foundation. It almost sets immediately, which does allow you to build it fairly easily without caking up. It is so sheer and so liquidy in formula that it doesn't really cake up so much, but I did find that it emphasized these little smile dimple lines around my face it emphasized them a lot. So that wasn't my favorite. However, throughout the day, I find that this looks better. It gets more luminous without being oily or greasy looking. I don't feel the need to blot throughout the day. It's kind of strange. Like when you first put it on, you're like, ugh, but then by the time you're done and you look in the mirror and you're ready to go out the door, you're like, oh, this actually looks really nice. I don't know why it bothers me for some reason, but it just kind of does, because I always feel like it's not gonna look good, and then eventually it does. It's really strange. I just have to convince myself, like, don't worry, it's gonna look better in about 10 minutes. So maybe it just sinks into the skin. I'm not really sure what the technology is about that. I did find that it does have 16-hour wear. It is a very long wearing foundation. I just think that this is not for somebody with a lot of skin issues. If you have decent skin, I would consider my skin decent. It's not very cystic, it's not crazy with bumps. I do have a little acne mark you can see, that you can still see even though I concealed. So it's not perfect. It looks healthy. It looks like skin. So for that, I am grateful and I do like it. And I would recommend this product for anybody who has fairly normal skin. I can't testify to super oily people. Maybe you might want to set it with a setting powder and then see how that goes. Really dry people, I don't find this clings to dry patches at all. I have a few dry patches on my skin right now. Nothing more than normal a foundation would. So I think this is actually really beautiful, and I'm in the same shade in this foundation that I am in Sheer Glow. I actually kind of like this better than Sheer Glow, and I really do like Sheer Glow. I just find that it looks more like skin. I don't find it has as much coverage. It's kind of strange in that way. So it just really depends on what you're looking for in a foundation. Okay, so now for the bullet points, just to wrap this all up. This is a medium with a almost full coverage foundation. It's gonna give you a nice glow to the skin, but it still looks like skin. It does get better throughout the day, and by better I mean more skin-like and more luminous without looking fake or wet. I hate that like wet, dewy look on your face. I think it's not flattering. And if you have dry skin, maybe you might want to moisturize pretty heavily before you put this on, but I think this will be perfect for you. If you do that, and if you have super oily skin, all you need to do is just set it, and if you have normal to combo skin, I would say just put this on and don't even worry about setting it if you're not, that's not usually an issue for you. And it is beautiful and lightweight and very unique product. I don't think there's anything really like this on the market, save for maybe Giorgio Armani's Maestro foundation. I never knew how to say that properly actually. That's usually something I wear in the summertime when my skin looks really nice, because it is not very full coverage, but it does look like skin and it's like almost invisible. And this is very similar but with a full coverage effect. So if you like that, you will love this. And a little goes a long way. Whatever you normally use in another foundation, you can use half, and this will last you a really long time because it's 1 fluid ounce. So I think this is a definite recommendation, and for all skin types, mature skin, young skin, except for super pigmented skin with hyperpigmentation, you might want to use a green concealer before using this, and then maybe you can still try and give it a go or get a sample at Sephora. But yeah, other than that, I really think this is something that everybody could like. And while it does have a hefty price tag of I think $45 to $47, I'm not sure how much I paid. Like I said, a little goes a very long way, and it'll last you a lot longer than some similarly priced foundations. So yeah, that's the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation from Nars. I hope this review helped you, and if you have any questions about the product, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I will have any additional information for you in the down bar. Thanks so much for watching.